I am Londonjennn. This is Battle Rap World. Welcome back. I have with me today an MC / lazy bastard / battle rapper. He's been here before, but he got no introduction. He really doesn't need one, but he literally got none at all. So this time, I'm gonna go all out. I want to introduce to you a UK hip-hop legend, a battle rap veteran, a world record-breaking Don't Flop champion with 3 successful title defences under his belt. He's everyone's favourite uncle and carbon-based half-cast basket case, Tony D.
Look, back with a bag of banter, yet another classic stanza. Scribble verses, right hooks like Abu Hamza. Madman, I manhandle grammar. The MC / lazy bastard / battle rapper. Cashew nuts and a can of Fanta. Couple gram of ganja and 3 holes like a happy Santa. Magic happen like abracadabra. When sun spit raps, I'm one sick cat like fanny cancer. Luger larynx, I reached 2012 blazing. Leaving a trail of gun smoke and empty shell casing. Hell raising, I'm at heaven's door. Angels waving white flags, spelling I surrender in semaphore. Beyond cocky, not even God stop me. Spitting something wicked in the air like John Coffey. Flow darker than strong coffee, what more do you want from me? Alchemy rap, transform haters to knob jockeys. Recognize, they switch like Geminis. Spit live televised and words just roll out like kids on pedal bags. Duracell energized, Red Bull forever fly. Man amongst men of mine. Just a carbon-based half-cast basket case. Masters made up of mum's emotions on my father's face. Bars for days, I scribble to the Parker breaks, I'm bossy. I show boat at a masquerade. Body rappers make them pass away. Pass the praise over caskets made for where the carcass of the artist lay. Duppy guys, how the fuck could anyone survive? Words are weapons and my native tongue's guns and knives. Well, you wanna try, you aren't me, fuck your life. You aren't T like your uncle's wife. Cause I'm one of a fucking kind, supreme lyricist. I do me, it's limitless and unique as fingerprints. The one and only Uncle Tony. Move with the force of an unholy Obi-Wan Kenobi, that half-cast nigga. Bars are major, I'm high Skywalker, my past Darth Vader. I am the future, I'm half past later. It's Tony, the skin teeth, Ross Clark Danger. Dope as a pound of puff, dope as a powder buzz. Pen in hand, I black out like a power cup. Peace.
That was a wild intro.
Yeah. I had to. Last time there was none. There was no intro, there was no outro, so I had to do something.
I like that.
You
I
know?
need you to follow me around and introduce me like that everywhere I go.
There's no way I'm going to get that off more than once. No way. It will choke. Yeah, it's not going to go the way you think it will.
That was fire.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I appreciated that, man. That was fire.
I had to make up. Last time, we just, the cameras were rolling and I didn't get to do the introduction. We just sort of...
We were just talking.
Yeah, we were just talking. And then I was going to do it after and it just seemed so inauthentic that I didn't want to do it. And I was supposed to do something clever and I didn't. So you got what you got. I was like, I can't do that again.
This one has excelled. Yeah, I'm
to
over
do
the
it
moon
right.
with that intro.
Yeah, no, I'm pleased. But yeah, no, it's I'm really glad to have you back on.
Happy to be back.
Yeah, glad to have you. And it was such an interesting talk last time. We really just touched the very early stages of your career. We barely got into any battles.
It was hardly anything about battle rapping. It was just me
anything.
gassing. It's what happens when you turn the camera on me. I just start talking. I don't be quiet. You said.
Yeah,
My bad.
Yeah, no, it was a great conversation, but there was so much more to cover. So I'm so glad that you've come back, and we're gonna talk battles. We're gonna do a few things today, but we're gonna start. I heard in an interview you were saying, I think it was in an interview, you were saying that the last battle you actually tried to win was against Yunnan. Like you haven't anything else since then has sort of been for fun.
It's entertainment.
It's entertainment, yeah.
Yo, I've been tailor-making body bags to let these fashion-conscious rappers rock. Now since this pussy stepped, that's a catwalk. So for that course, Tommy Hill figure in my catalogue. I swear I wasn't gonna go proper hard. I was gonna catch this body smile with leftover shotty bars, but then again, probably not. It's instinctive in truth. My name and title's on the line, so my pen resort to signature moves. I brought bars. Oh, you me for fucking way. I brought bars. By now, it's just habit. That poison ink devastate when it flow through the pad like flood damage. I use words to abuse and torture. Few verses assume a slaughter. You, sir, to do the scorcher. I mean, I spit hot enough to evaporate the 2/3 of you that's water.
Yeah, it's literally the last. There's a like a spark. There's something. It's not malice. It's like petty spite. Like, I don't hate you, but like, I hope a series of unfortunate events befall you throughout your day. Like, you wake up and stub your toe on the corner of the bed. You know, you iron your shirt and leave the iron on too much and burn it. Like, just little bits. You put too much milk in your tea. Just little things that just make your day go bad. Like, and if you gotta have that thing, and that, like, Yunnan was probably the last battle that I actually had that mindset going into it. After that, I just kind of wanted to entertain, just make a good battle. I kind of forgot about winning. Like, I forgot you're supposed to win battles. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go in there and obliterate your opponent. But yeah, I kind of just got into this thing of like, this is fun. It's a lot of fun, so I just want it to be entertaining. And like, as long as my opponent makes it entertaining, then you can make a hell of a battle. But yeah, really, like, Yunnan was the last one I really went out to win, to like straight up.
So, for you to sort of, would it take for you to actively dislike someone? Could that sort of draw you out to battle again and to really sort of want to win? If there was someone who you actively disliked?
It's inspiration. It's the fuel for the fire. Like, it gives you the sense of satisfaction knowing, all right, when you're standing in front of me, this is the shit that's gonna tear you down. The whole room gonna laugh at you, or you know, like, just that. Maybe that same inspiration. But to be honest with you, even that, I'm not in the same headspace. Like, I'm not in the, like, mentally, what it takes to go there. I don't even know if I want to be there at this particular point. So even like, there's not many people I don't like. Like, it doesn't extend to battle rappers. It's, you know, there's like politicians and celebrities and things like that. But like, people that I dislike.
Boris Johnson would have to call you out.
Maybe
Theresa May.
Boris, Theresa, Piers Morgan.
Oh, that would be good.
Any one of those type of guys. Just give me a shot. We can have 3 rounds a cappella. But yeah, other than that, like, in terms of battle rap, there's nobody. I've battled the best. I've battled everybody in this country, essentially. Any name you can think of that was up there.
Any battle that should have happened has happened.
Yeah, pretty much.
And what about outside of the country? There are some battles that, you know, kind of were supposed to happen, or
there's.
Are there any names out there that you sort of, you know,
like the 2 names that are floated? Like, I've spoken to them. They've suggested it to me. Are Thesaurus and Iron Solomon. And like, to be honest, if I do that, I feel like I've completed battle rap. Like, I've pretty much clocked
the
it.
shit.
Like,
there's nothing left. For
no,
real.
aside from people like a Lux or Hollow.
A Hollow. Ultimate mirror match.
What are you saying, Twin? What are we doing?
It would be that Spider-Man meme. It really would be the sort of ultimate meme.
Aside from like something like that, which those are unrealistic. Like, I've spoke to Ian the last time he was here. I spoke to Soros about it several times on Twitter. It's just one of those things that kind of makes sense. Just being who we are, like how long we've been in it for. It's just that kind of all right, those pieces fit. But those are probably the last 2, and I really would have felt like, all right, there's nothing left to do. But as far as these, I think I did pretty good, man. I did all right. I put the work in. I did the numbers. I battled a lot of people. I battled the best, man. Like, And everyone who I battled, they come and they brought their best to battle me.
Yes.
That they didn't half-ass at all, they didn't slack. So yeah, I'm content with what I did. Like I'm happy. So to get back in that mind state, the funny thing is, every time I go to a battle, so we was at where was we the other day? No Loose Chat.
No Loose Chat, the Process event.
Man, and then I saw
Shout
Tally.
out No Loose
Yeah,
Chat.
shout out No Loose
Shout
Chat.
out Smyth, Tally, Paris.
I was with Tally on Friday, and like just the environment of it. And the camaraderie, and like as soon as you're there, you feel like, oh, do you know what? Yeah, I could slip in, like put the coat on one more time, slip into that mode.
I could do this.
But then, like, I think I even tweeted about it after that No Loose Chat battle. I think about it at the time, like, do you know what? Go on, one more, yeah. And then I get home and I realize what one more entails. And the rest of my life takes over, and I'm like, I don't have the time for one more. I don't have the time to put in what's going to be required. Like, because it's not just the writing, and that's a massive part of it. But then it's the rehearsing, it's the practicing, it's the watching of battles to get you in the mood to write for a battle. Yeah. It's all those little bits and pieces that I don't have the time for at the moment.
Yeah, so it's all well and good when you're in the moment.
Yeah, I love it. Like on Friday, Tally properly could have convinced me easily to hop in the ring and do a one rounder. Like, plus I was drunk too. You know what I mean? Like he could have just said the word that and I'd have signed myself away. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know if I've still got the thing that that thing that really drives you to be the best, to beat the best. I don't know if I have the same enthusiasm for it anymore. Just because of the rest of the stuff that comes with it.
Yeah.
Being on stage, like I'm a natural born show off. So being on stage, of course, I love that. Yeah, everybody, listen, I'm gonna rap now. Like, there's no feeling like it. Like, there's nothing like it. Just to have everybody waiting on your every word, they dead quiet, and then the reaction when it pops off. So there's that I love, but the slog that goes on behind the scenes,
the stuff you don't see.
Yeah, the bits you don't, the parts where like you're up till 3-4 o'clock in the morning, saying the same thing over and over and over and over. And like, it doesn't excite me like that anymore. So, I don't know. There's probably depending on how drunk I am and the situation I'm in, you might see me in the ring again. But and for the right opponent. But for at this precise moment in time.
For the right opponent, okay. It almost kind of sounds like you're thinking there's someone that you would come outside for.
Yeah, well, other than those two names, Thesaurus and Iron, and I know Iron ain't back in a while. He's had stuff going on. Thesaurus just came back last week against Smyth.
Okay, of course, on the GP on the King of the Dot Grand Prix. Crazy performance.
And he came back just the same as it ever was. You know what I mean? But other than that, there's no one really in England. To be honest, I'd battle somebody if I felt like they needed the exposure, they needed the chance to, alright, boom, here, I'll come and show you what come and show them what you can do against
through
me.
Their paces.
If I think, okay, you're good, but they're not paying attention.
Yeah.
So come and battle me because you're gonna bring fire for me. So and they'll pay attention.
Okay.
Man. That I could probably see happening maybe on one round or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just like I said. I enjoy the writing process. I like the thinking behind it, but it's just actually getting it done. That's the pain in the arse. And I'm at a point where it's a lot of work. Man. Yeah. A lot of work.
And that you don't see, unless you're sort of involved in it. You really don't see the amount of work that goes into those sort of 3 rounds.
Exactly.
Those 3, there's a lot that goes into them that is not, and we're going to get into that actually. And like one of the things that you really bring to the stage, like you're saying, you're so comfortable on there. You are so nonchalant sometimes, so pressure free, like so unfazed, or not unfazed, but as though, you know, untouchable sort of. How do you, even sometimes when your performance isn't going the way you want it to, or you're not getting your bars off the way you want, you're still so comfortable up there and so not under pressure? Like, how do you, what is it that enables you to sort of do that up there?
Because it's just rapping.
Yeah.
Where's the pressure? Where's the pressure? Like, there's real, like, I've been in situations, like life-threatening situations. Battle rap is not that. Like, it's not, like, how bad am I supposed to feel? How much pressure are you supposed to feel? You rapping. Like, it's rarely as simple as that. I understand why people have nerves about it. I get it's not for everybody to stand up. People don't find it that comfortable. But at the end of the day, like, you are not in a dangerous situation here, man. You're gonna rap. Maybe you might forget some words. Then what? You're gonna go home and then, like, what's the worst that happens after this? Like, yeah, this is it's rapping, man. I've been rapping 30 years. Like, yeah, this is great fun. But yeah, what's the worst?
There really is no pressure.
No.
You look like there's no pressure because you're really not feeling any pressure. You're up there doing something that you...
Yeah, there's not... do you know... I think I told this story a bunch of times, but it's mad. When I was at KOTD, I had written... I took a flight with no bars.
Yeah.
I wrote them in the hotel to battle Real Deal. And I knew I didn't know them. I knew I didn't.
Yeah.
But up until I opened my mouth to rap, I did not think I was going to lose.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Like, no...
just, yeah, levels of confidence and self-belief
yeah,
that are insane, almost.
Yeah, it's probably narcissism. Like, a psychologist could probably have a field day with it.
Yeah, there probably is a little bit of a little slice of narcissism there.
But yeah, as far as like we're rapping, like what can happen? Like, the building's not gonna fall down. Like, I'm gonna leave here, probably like have a laugh, have a drink, have a smoke, whatever. Go home and carry on with the rest of my real life. This is like it's like a holiday kind of thing. It's an event. It's time out of your normal routine.
There's no consequence. There's no real life consequences to whatever happens, however it goes.
People gonna talk shit about you online.
People will talk shit about you online regardless.
So yeah, it's not
okay.
Yeah, that's not where. Yeah, it's just like my insecurities do not lie in those places, man. It's not that. It's not that.
And do you think that's one of the reasons why you are able to sort of leave preparation to the last, to such sort of last minute, like you say, where you're getting on a plane? I think that
perhaps that wasn't a good idea, though.
Yeah.
that was not a good idea.
And not necessarily, that extreme, but you do tend to sort of, do some...
generally don't rap until like there's a week to go, because at the same time I enjoy the added pressure. It seems to, but there's been a bunch of battles, like my third round gets written the night before, and then I practice.
I've got to know, your Shotty battle, that crazy third round against Shotty, like 18 hours or something less before the battle.
The Shotty, Yunan, Troy Brown, Serious Jones. There's been a few. There's a few that I wrote the third the day before. Like Serious, I did a
I've got that note here.
I did a podcast with Linda. Shout out Pod Have Mercy. Yeah. So we did that, and she'd got me a bottle of scotch. So I'm sitting there, I'm drinking. Boom, boom, boom. We did this podcast. I left after the podcast. I don't know what time it was. After midnight. I left there, I went home, I wrote the third. I practiced it till like 6 a.m. I went to sleep, I woke up, I practiced it some more. Got ready, drove to the venue, practicing my bars, got to the venue, practiced it, and then went ahead and battled Serious. But just the day before. Because otherwise it doesn't feel fresh if it's any longer than that.
Is it that it feels something that's very rehearsed, something that you're...
Yeah, and to be honest, that's probably not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I would probably have much cleaner performances if I rehearsed it till I was sick of it and it did feel tired material. Because it's always different when you've got a crowd. When you're performing it to a crowd, you get that energy back again. But yeah, I need that pressure. It was the same like when I was at school. I was one of those guys who would do the work on the last day, like, or just not do it at all. When it's crunch time, that's when you pull out all the stuff.
That's when you get the best, when there's that little bit of sort of...
it's because it has to be, it absolutely has to be done. I don't have a choice. I cannot procrastinate a minute further. So I have to do it now.
Yeah, and you have to turn on all the brilliance in that moment.
Yeah, and that's where the inspiration comes, when the fire's underneath you, you know what I mean? You don't want to start sweating. So, yeah, that's kind of... It's just, rapping, man. Like, just the last part, because the pressure of it is, that's where the pressure is. The pressure is not on stage performing.
Okay.
The pressure is getting it written and getting it learned. And it's also where the fun is. The writing part is the most fun aspect in the world. Like, I like writing as it is, like just in terms of rapping and making stuff rhyme. But to have an opponent, a specific thing, and to like link punchlines together and put thoughts like, okay, we're gonna take that and then that, and we're gonna marry them with him in the middle. These two ideas here, like there's nothing like that creativity there when you just sitting and like, oh, I wrote that. Like it's fire. Like that's where the fun is. That's where the pressure comes in though. It's always the pressure to like, when you battle, you're not just battling your opponent. You're battling yourself first and foremost. Like, and then you're battling like your last performance. And then you're battling your opponent. And then you're battling the crowd that's in the building. And you're also battling the people that's going to watch this at home.
Yeah.
And then you're battling your peer group, who, do you know what I mean, who are paying attention to this.
Other audience.
Yeah, so there's got to be something for everybody in there. There has to be. And that's the most fun in the world, but that's where the only part where the pressure comes in, and I enjoy it. Like I thrive under it. So yeah, like I can do battles and it doesn't feel like a thing, because that's not where the pressure is. That's the release valve, if anything. That's where you get to stand up there and say, all right, look, this, quiet, and go for it. Like,
and all the hard work pays off then. Yeah. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to try and put you under a bit of pressure here. Let's see if I can manage. I know you don't watch back your battles. I know there aren't many that you've seen. Oof. I know that you forget, what you've written pretty much after you come off the stage. You leave everything there. So I've got their easy ones, and there are only a few. You're lucky I didn't have more time, because I'd have a whole page of them. But I've got a few bars, and they're all fairly easy. I think you're going to get them all.
All right.
So
I wouldn't put money on it, but yeah.
Well, we'll see. Yeah. So this is a segment I'm going to call "I Beg Your Pardon." Okay. We're going to see what you or what someone said to you in a battle, or you're going to tell me.
Okay. All right.
So
I am not confident about.
You're going to get this one. I know you don't forget this. So, to whom did you say, and I think you meant it as well, with your whole heart, that you would clothesline their kid? Who did you say?
I know
you would clothesline their kid.
I know that one. That was. Did you know? See, when you say that just like that with no context, they make me sound absolutely awful.
I did say I wanted to put you under pressure. So you told another person that you were going to clothesline their kid. Yeah? Do you remember that?
I do remember that. That was against Arsenal.
Then that's for your daughter. Then that Uncle Tom. No, why the kid? She's innocent. She's only like 4 or 5 or 6. Well, I greet her with a smile. Arms open wide as this, and she approach. I go on one knee and close like
what did I say? I actually remember that line. Because it was like I welcome her with my arms open. Is it wide open this? Then go down on one knee and clothesline a bitch. And that got a great reaction, man. But that was, again, it was an angle that served the purpose because he's Mr. Disrespectful.
That's it.
That the entire angle of it was, why are you so mad? How come you so disrespectful in your life?
It was a really clever angle,
but yeah, because he just, that's not me as a battle rapper.
And then, of course, he went to give the context, to give you a proper context. He did then go on to sort of say, you know, of course I wouldn't say that, or of course
Did I do that?
You did, yeah.
I even had a clause in the battle.
Yeah, because you couldn't just leave it as, you know.
Yeah, like I'm.
But you had to do it. You kind of also almost had to do it. You almost had to, as a sort of battle rapper who doesn't use that really far out disrespect type of style. When you come up against an Arsenal, you do, or Arsenal especially, you do kind of have to go there a little bit. So disrespectful. The things he
takes pride in that, like he wow.
And because he is who he is, he can get away with things that others can't. You sort of would look at them away if they said it, but it's Arsenal, so you know what you're going to get. And in fact, that's what you came for. But
by the same token, he takes it back. Like, do you know what I mean? He doesn't mind. Like,
He knows
what it is. It's just we're just here to battle each other. Do you know what I mean?
And it does make for an exciting battle. Okay, so the next one. Who did you call a sawn-off shotty?
Ah, that would have been Raptor.
Yeah.
That would have
another not difficult one.
Raptor. Yeah, those ones are it's context. Those ones have got context, so I can.
That's it. I've tried to put you under pressure, but not too much.
Yeah, you made it nice. It's smooth.
Yeah, no, I didn't want it to be too difficult. So, who began their battle against you with "Hi, this is your last fucking chance, you cunt"? Could have been any number of people.
Hi, this is your last fucking chance. You can. They said that to me.
They said that to you. Again, that there's sort of a context clue in there, sort of.
Nah, I have not got a Danny. Not a clue.
That was Soul.
Ah, okay. Yeah, no.
That was Soul. This is your last chance. You can't. Which was, I thought, a very polite way to...
Yeah, his angles were great that day, man. Executed to perfection, as he does, though. Like, as he does, man.
You know,
his execution is like top notch.
On point, yeah. No, it was that was a very exciting, and to start like that as well. I appreciate things like that, little things that are not necessarily rhymes or bars, but just, you know, little standout things. Okay, so we talked about a mirror match earlier against Hollow. Who said to you there's lots of Hollow bars that I could have taken? I think actually I wanted to put the Clips one in here, but that might have been too obvious. I think he had a really...
Yeah, he's an obvious guy though. Yeah. Clips a pretty obvious guy. He would not have been technical with it at all.
Yeah, well, somebody said, it's funny you look like Hollow Man because I fucked around in the lab and walked out with a clean body. I'm not giving that the way it's funny you look like Hollow Man because I fucked around in the lab and walked out with a clean body.
I smell fear on me. I don't care if you're near godly. It's funny you look like Hollow Man because I fucked around in the lab and walked out with a clear body.
Could be fucking anyone. Could be
You really have no clue who said these things.
No,
okay.
It could be anyone.
Yeah. And then, to be fair to you, pretty much everyone who's battled you has thrown a Hollow reference in there.
Do you know, literally, I can tell you some of the bars I remember against me.
Yeah.
Mickey said, no one knows what happened to Tony, though, like the end of The Sopranos. I like that bar there. Mixie said, you got a speech impediment. Slightly. And that one killed me. But other than that, I don't know who the fuck said what.
Damn, okay, well that one was Sharks. Sharks the Rebel said that.
Okay.
He fucked around in the lab and walked out with a clean body. I like that, Hollow Man. Who did you describe battling as like sex with Serena Williams?
I'm gonna say Troy Brown.
No.
Oh fuck! I know. Yeah, I was really confident that was Troy Brown.
No. No, it wasn't. Just think, who would? Who?
You know what? I'm trying to remember
no
the
context
punch.
clue there.
No, yeah, because I'm trying to remember what the punchline was, and I can't remember the punchline, which would provide all the relevance.
Okay, the
for
punch.
who I said it to.
The punch was, man ain't watching no face, I'm just here for the body.
Yeah, that has to help.
There really are no context.
Yeah.
It was Yunnan.
Oh, okay.
Back in 2015, like sex with Serena Williams, because man ain't watching no face, I'm just here for the body.
I mean, the type of victory that T envisioned. If I described it cryptically, it's like sex with Serena Williams. Why is that? Why? Oh, you ain't reading me. I'll make it clear for you, Tommy. Sex with Serena mean, man ain't watching no face, fam. I'm just here for the body.
That's quite accurate. This is a pretty accurate bar.
And then we've got a couple of old man bars, just a couple, because that's often half the battle.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, so,
most definitely.
Who called you? Damn, I haven't written down on my thing, so I can't even remember that one. Should I go to my paper notes? Alright, who said, you ain't a young buck, Tony, you're pushing 50 like G-Unit. You ain't a young buck, Tony, you're pushing 50 like G-Unit.
That's a bar. Shotty.
Nope.
Raptor.
Nope. I'm gonna have to keep guessing until I find my other note.
Wait. Do you know the other thing? Like, I don't really remember who I've battled. So it's
that's hilarious. Not only do you not remember the bars,
like there's
yours,
times
you
where
don't
someone will
remember
say,
the
"Hey, do you
battle."
remember when you battled so and so?" and be like, "Oh, damn, yeah, I did."
shit, I said that.
Oh man, who said that? Because that's a good bar. When a young buck.
It was in a title match. That should narrow it down a bit. And you've already said, I think.
Oh, okay. It's in a title match.
You ain't a young buck, Tony. You're pushing 50 like G-Unit.
Definition. Oh, fuck.
No. It was Chris Lee's.
Facts.
It was Chris Lee's.
That's a good bar.
Yeah.
It's like Alzheimer's the way you keep repeating shit. You ain't a young buck, Tony. You're pushing 50 like G-Unit.
And last old man bar. Who said, you're a bummy, dusty, rusty, old and crusty, yellow fucking monkey?
Double L.
Yeah.
Did you know what? Because referencing my skin colour meant it could only have been someone black.
Okay, yeah. And that just narrowed the pool right down. Okay. Well, although, actually, no, I can think of a few times your skin colour has been referenced in sort of some very distasteful bars, or maybe even. But anyway, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah,
it was double L.
Oh man,
It was double L.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the extent of the pressure.
Yeah, but I look like a proper old man now because I don't remember nothing about nothing. Like, you don't think it's easy? Like, I
Don't put
bars.
you lot. I don't remember anything.
Yeah,
So
mate.
yeah,
Like,
it makes
even
sense
straight
to me.
after a battle,
It makes sense.
I walk off stage. I don't remember what like it goes.
Okay, that doesn't. So you literally leave everything on the
Yeah,
stage.
it's gone. It's gone. I was with
It served its purpose.
I took Norbs to the pub, right? Like me, Snoop, Locksmith, we took him to a pub in Walthamstow, right? And this was like 3 days after our battle shotty. He was like, "Give me something." Bro, I don't, like,
Nothing.
bro, I could nothing to give. I don't know a single line. I don't.
Yeah,
It
it
just
served
goes,
its purpose,
man.
and you've.
Yeah, it's like that short-term thing. It goes in this heavy pressure for this period of time, and then once it's gone,
Has it always been that way, or is that sort of a skill that you've honed, or not even a skill, but just you've done it so many times and you're so experienced that you know, okay, once I'm done with these, I really don't need them anymore, and
yeah, I'm not sure. I think, but yeah, because it's a one-time thing. It's like you're in and out, and then that's it. You never. There's no need to ever rap those bars.
yeah,
Ever again. Like, it's not like songs. You write songs and you perform them places, and you do it in like over and over and over again, and you know what them words are. But there's no need to repeat it outside of. But especially once it's done.
yeah.
It's finished, yeah.
And then you don't watch your battles back on top of that.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of doing a show where like I just film me watching my own battles and gas the fuck out of myself.
that would be a really good show, watching your battles for the first time type thing.
Because some of them I'm sure I would enjoy some of them.
Yeah.
I know I had fun.
Oh, you've got some great battles, yeah. And entertaining ones as well, that's the thing. So I could imagine you would actually really enjoy watching some of them back.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah.
It seemed like the thing to do.
Okay. All right.
It seemed like I should.
Well, I don't know how. All right, so you've just answered two of my sort of quick fire questions.
Did I preempted them?
Well, no, it's not that you preempted them. You just sort of ruled them out because you don't know the bars that people have said to you on your parts. So I kind of like, you know, 2 bars, so that's the answer to pretty much.
Yeah.
What's your favourite bar that you said, or can you remember the favourite thing, or like your favourite scheme? That's a bit different. Can you remember the sort of scheme that you?
I can remember specific bars for varying reasons.
Okay.
Like I remember, you hit a wall from an eastern block. This checkpoint, Charlie, and because I remember it got crickets.
Yeah.
It got crickets. And like, but we was at checkpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Charlie Clips.
I came from the east.
Yeah. There's so much there. Like, how did you miss that? You don't rate it.
Like, so I remember that. What else? The people always quote it to me, so I remember it. The Escher painting bar against Yunnan. Your steps lead nowhere. Your setups are trapped in the Escher painting.
Them elaborate lengthy statements just demonstrating that though it might be entertaining, them steps lead nowhere. Your setups are trapped in the Escher painting.
I like that.
Clever.
Your teeth spell out friend zone. Women read smiles and your teeth spell out friend zone. The gaps in your teeth. That I remember that.
Have you ever been to a dentist? Your mouth screaming heck no. But Tommy, women read smiles and the gaps in your teeth spell out friend zone.
That's Yunnan again.
Yeah, you've answered, I think, perhaps the most effective bar said to you, or maybe I'm interpreting that way. What did you just say? The subtle, what was that?
It's slightly.
Yeah, slightly.
Man.
That was it.
Man.
It must have been effective because it's one of, what is it, 2 bars or something that you...
Yeah, it was just, you know why? Because my brother has made fun of me for years because of it. Like, so it was just so funny to, like, that not only someone else has picked up on it, but he's put it in, and the clever way that he's put it in.
So clever.
Like, it was just so, he killed me with that. Shout out Mixie, man.
See me, I'm fat, I know, but that seems irrelevant when I'm battling the Black Al Capone with a speech impediment. I mean, what's with the lisp? It's not all out, just slightly. And he used to eyes.
That got me. That got me.
So not a bar, but who sort of has given you, like, who gave you a challenge that you sort of really didn't anticipate coming, like you really didn't think, not necessarily in terms of toughness, but just a challenge, could be for whatever reason, like who did you think, okay, I've taken this, and then it was like an unexpected challenge?
That's easy.
Good.
Raptor.
Yeah.
Raptor. Like, he was so fucking high energy. Like, and I'm not the most energetic guy in the world.
Yeah, like, very different performance style to Raptor.
And I remember when he started his round, because I think I went first. Like, because these are the things I remember. I remember specific instances, more about the feeling.
Yeah.
Like how I felt at that time, and it sticks in my mind. And I just remember, like, I'm pretty sure I went first. And then he started, and I remember thinking, like, rah. He's not messing around, man. Like,
I can't respect the guy that defends his title against unpicked opponents, specially drafted by Rowan. A fucking joke stuck in a comfort zone for the fact he knows any actual battle rapper will toast, and you've seen it. Shotty clips and immaculate smoked him. I don't flop champion that can't handle the weight stacked on his shoulders and facing international opponents. You gave UK rap its most embarrassing moment when our champion gave a champion showing up in Canada choking. Bitch, you ain't the real champion.
it was just so rapid and aggressive and good.
Yeah.
Like, he was rapping his ass off.
Right up in your face and barking.
And it's like, and Raptor's got that style where it's not just a series of multis. It's like he has an inner rhyme scheme while going off the same pattern. So he'll cut it, he just deliver it crazy, and then it will come with the punch. And if you've been following how he's been doing it, he's been alluding to it all along to me. And I just remember like thinking, rah, I better perk myself up for the second round, because like he really wants this, man. He's on stuff. Like, that was I was like kind of the closest I've been to being overwhelmed. Like, I remember just standing there, like, just thinking, oh fuck, like I'm in a battle, man. He's really come to he wants this, man. He wants this.
It must have been nice to have that feeling, sort of, and to not anticipate having that, because obviously you know what Raptor was going to bring, but I guess it's different when you're there, and he was very on 100 sort of that battle as well.
100%. Like I said, like people tend, they when they battle me, they pull out all the stops. You get the best version of them against me. Like, Osh was the hardest guy in the world to battle, because I can't do what Osh does, man. He's just too... there's a bar I remember. O'Shea, mum joke rapper. I'll grab your cancer-riddled nan and blow blunt smoke at her. Like...
what can you say?
How do you come back against that? Like, mum joke rapper, blunt smoke at her. Like, just... Alright then. Okay. Don't do too many more of those, because this is tough, man. Like, that...
I think I'm sure at the end of that first round of his, you say something like, how am I supposed to win this?
I may well have.
I'm sure you say that after that same round where he's done the nan cigarette smoker.
You like Osh, man. When Osh is firing, like, how do you combat that? Like, it's a head scratcher, man. It's a proper tough one. Like, but he was different in a different way. I knew I wasn't gonna be able to beat him, like, or I knew what to expect, kind of thing. But with Raptor, I don't even know why, because I rate Raptor. Do you know what I mean? I watched him battle Big Cannon. I was stood front row while he went to town. Like, I know Raptor's good. But yeah, just that literally the first, I don't know, 30 seconds of his round, I just remember standing there thinking to myself, fucking hell, like, I'm in a fight.
Yeah.
This is definitely like, yeah, that's probably the standout one.
Okay.
I don't recall anybody else making
And
me
yeah,
feel
you've
like
given me, I think, the extent of the bars that I'm going to get, so I'm not even going to try and pull any more out of you. But what's the sort of most odd or unexpected thing that's ever happened mid-battle? Or has there ever been anything that is like a real what the fuck moment?
No, I think me versus Trey Brown, we kept rebuttaling each other's rebuttal through the course of the match.
Okay.
Like, cause he ends all his round with "your mother suck my dick."
Yeah.
So we had just went back and forth through each round. Every time we started each round, like that, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, like
You know
a
what I mean?
extra
Like,
tennis match on top.
yeah, just like that was a strange thing to happen. Nah, mid battle. Nah, nothing I can think of, man. Not I remember being at Battle of the Brave when I was battling Math, and like there's a bunch of goons was in the corner. They was making so much noise. They would leave him alone. He's already dead. Like there was like a cheering section. They was kidding me, but they was gassing me up same way.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cold still. And that same event, that the whole Tanika Tan on the mic, she said the battle is going to be starting like 10 minutes. And the whole crowd is saying, "Why are you lying? Why you lie?" Like 200, 300 people in unison singing. Like, yeah, that was jokes. Fucking, it weren't the most fun moment, but verse Respect BA, the whole crowd started chanting pedo at me. That was a real
what the fuck moment, right?
A proper what.
Where
the
did that
fuck?
come from?
I asked him. I said to Respect BA, bro, like, where's that as an angle? You just called me a pedo. Like, if the people are gonna watch this, you just like. And he said, "You're older than me." Huh? And like he said, "Yeah, you're older than me." Like,
So you're a pedo.
Yeah, if you're older than me, you're a pedo. That's pretty much it.
It's a natural angle.
Right, fair enough, man. Like,
And is that why? Because in several battles, sort of people kind of take that same angle. I guess because it was brought, once Respect BA said you were a pedo, and it's like, okay, there's that angle.
Just wild. Like, just he was like, "Yeah, you're older than me."
You're old.
Bro, because I was like, "Bro, why did you make them do it?" Like, the crowd started chanting. So after I was like, "Bro, where did that come from?" He's like, "Yeah, you're older than me, bro. So like, anyone's older than me, automatically a pedo." Damn, like, fuck, where did I go with that? I guess.
That really is a what the fuck. Yeah.
Don't better Respect BA if you're older than it. You getting pedo bars, man.
That's such a weird notion. So weird. Okay, alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get into just two of your 700 battles. We're only going to do
quite a few, ain't I?
Quite a few, yeah. No, you make a really tough task of sort of having these conversations with you. And Tom from Battle Rap Resume has done, I think you've had at least one, if not two, interviews with him, one long form interview. And he does such a great job. Shout out to Tom.
Tom's very thorough. Very thorough.
So thorough of going through, I don't know how many did or how many he went through, but a good portion of them, and certainly all the notable ones, and brought out so many gems from that. So I'm not even going to try and imitate that, and I talk too much, so we'd be here until next week, Wednesday. So
Plus, I don't even remember specific incidents around them. I wouldn't even remember the
Which is
actual
exactly
battles.
why I would have to go and do so much work, because there's not much that I would have to pull so much from you, and I'm not there yet. Tom is, so I'm not going to try and attempt to do.
So knowledgeable.
So
He just
knowledgeable.
knows. Like, why do you know that stuff, Tom? There's things,
Yeah.
Tom. Why do you know those things, Tom? Yeah, he just knows
All the
so
things,
much, man. All the things.
All the things. He is a literal database. He just knows
crazy.
everything, and it makes for the most interesting of interviews, because you get stuff that you really wouldn't get anywhere else.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah,
You know how to pull off an interview, man.
Yeah, so I wasn't going to attempt to do that, but I thought I would talk about a couple of battles that I thought. So I'm going to talk about the Chris Lees title match defense. I think that was your second defense. I think, yeah. Yeah, unanimous the last. So second defense. Back in 2013, it was supposed to be shot. Yeah, 7 years ago.
Whoa.
Yeah, long time.
Whoa, man. I can picture it like that.
Yeah.
7
What
years,
comes to
man.
mind when you say you can picture it like that? When I say sort of the title match, what comes to mind?
Do you know what's wild? Chris Lees, I wrote all 3 rounds for him in 45 minutes.
You serious?
In 45 minutes, I sat down at my kitchen table. And
It almost sounds disrespectful. Sounds disrespectful. Like, it took me 45 minutes to do that shit.
It's
for you.
like it hasn't happened, like, not before
Arrogance.
or since. No, do you know what? It's not even an arrogance thing. It just so happened, like,
I'm playing, of
I
course.
sat down
that's
to scribble,
brilliant.
and I just scribbled, and it was like more time you go through like an editing process. Like, all right, boom, 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 boom. We'll take that out. This might not work. This will sound better. But whatever I was doing that day, it just seemed like, all right, that works. Like, that works. Yeah, I remember like finishing it, and I was like, wow, what was that? And it's 45 minutes, man.
Damn.
45 minutes.
That's impressive. I guess sometimes you get those times where you just got almost divine
one time
inspiration.
I got that time. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, it hasn't happened before or since. To get 3 rounds out, it just fitted. I don't know, it just fitted. So yeah, like that comes to mind, because I remember I can still picture like the kitchen table, just looking at it like, wow, okay, we done it. But that was Leeds. I think Leeds Uni.
Yeah, I think that's right. It was a massive venue.
Yeah, it was like 1,000
insane
people
crowd.
in there, some shit.
Insane crowd.
It's anywhere between like 600 and 1,000 people. There was a lot of people in that building, man.
And I think maybe that's one of the reasons why this really highlighted. So I wanted to talk about this because of not just the 45 minutes worth of bars that you delivered, but your actual delivery, your performance, like your interaction with the crowd, your way of just sort of, your defense, even the sort of the things that you do when your opponent is rapping to really sort of take away from their performance. And I think maybe because the stage was such a large one.
Oh yeah, there was
150
people on that fucking stage, man.
But I mean, as well, like, you had such a large receptive audience. The crowd were amazing.
Yeah.
That you really you got to see all of those things, because there's some. I really like your no matter who you're battling, you sort of have this. You're always listening. You know, you're never angry. You're never sort of rejecting. If someone, spits some fire, you acknowledge it. You smile. It might be a little patronising. If someone does something, says something that you're kind of, but you give, you don't, you give your opponent kudos in a very sort of superior way. It's you did that little thing there. I like that. I like that little thing you did.
Bars is bars. I'll give you the nod. It's like,
but
bars is bars.
It's the way you do it as well. It's very condescending, and I think it's very effective, because you also, you can't, because I think it looks crap when you've got a battle rapper who's not reacting to some crazy stuff because, like
corny,
you say,
man. Like bars is bars.
That's it, and we know what he just did. So for you to stand there and not even acknowledge that, you don't have to shake his hand, but just crack a smile, do something to give appreciation, because that we enjoy it more as well. And it just, so I think when you do react in the way that you do, it takes away that we don't look at you like you're, and it gives you a sort of a superior, an authority. You do it in such a way that I think is really clever. And in this battle, so there's one point, I think this is in the first round, and Chris he's shouting at you. He's sort of got these back-to-back multis, high speed. He's up in your face, and he's just sort of barking, and you're just sort of standing there. And I think you've kind of got your ear, kind of, like, oh, I'm listening, I'm paying attention, I'm paying, And he finishes sort of unloading, and then you just like turn around to your entourage and just say, yeah, he's finished. After, and he just literally just stood there, just sort of butting. You're like, yeah, he's
Stood in 3. I bet that you wish you were younger than me. Cause you couldn't compete when I jumped on the beat. If I busted a free, you ain't fucking with me. You're a sucker MC that I punish for free. You'll be done in this league when I put you to sleep.
I don't remember. The thing I remember about that match the most is how he's intense, and there's a picture from the event where you can just see him shouting into my ear, like that close into my ear.
Okay, I think that's the next bit that I'm going to talk about.
But the best thing to do was I just leaned into him a little bit, like it just take like whatever you're trying to do. Here's just a little bit of pushback. And it makes what you're trying to do not as effective.
That's exactly what it does, and I think it's something perhaps in a crowd, in an audience that large, it's not going to be as effective. And that camera work on that battle was crazy as well. So you definitely, when you're watching it back, you see all of that, and that's exactly what it does. It just takes away some of the venom.
Yeah, if he's shouting, go a little bit closer.
Yeah,
shout louder.
Yeah, and this, I think, is at the end of his third. He's sort of he's doing that same thing. He's got he's just shouting in your ear, and he's right up in your face, and he's got a sort of really angry, shouty.
He's really good
aggressive.
At what he does,
oh God, yeah.
Like, it's so man. Yeah, he's really good at what he does, but he's so in your face. He doesn't give you any room to breathe. It's like an octopus. You know what I mean? It just wraps around you. It's intense, man. Yeah, no,
he does have a great way of sort of using that body space and using the space in between the battlers. That's always a great, how do you use that space in between you and use it to your advantage? And he does it very well. And I think, like you say, that's the only way to diffuse it. You can't really diffuse it with aggression because you're not even rapping right now. What are you gonna do? You're gonna stand there and look hard, right? Yeah. So, but this bit, he's up in your face, and you've done that. You've leaned in, and you've cocked your ear, and he finishes his third, and he's kind of just unload, and it's the third. So he's left everything there, and he's kind of lingering, sort of menacingly, and you've got his face is right here. I'm gonna cut this in. People don't have to imagine. I don't give the best descriptions. You're going to have to watch it back because you don't remember anything. But it's the way that he's finished, left everything there, and you've just kind of turned around to face him. Like, oh, my turn now. And he's kind of dropped. Like, he's kind of dropped back. He's had to drop his and pulled away. And I think you follow him. Like, you sort of follow him sort of walking off, and then you turn to the crowd and you just sort of do this like tilt of the head or roll of the eye or eyebrow thing, as if to say like, is it?
And fuck Tony Dangerous, mate, he ain't even dangerous. Do yourselves a favour and take him from out your favourites. Every battle's the same, lyrics spat in a different way. And it's crazy, it's how you rate him on a basis, he never changes. But I'm gracing the stage, aiming to take his chain for him, strain within my radius. Break him in 80 places, replace him cause I was made for this. Fuck your rap career, you're faking it. This actor here ain't spraying clips, now stand clear, you faggot. Queen, the champ is here like Jada, kid.
My turn now. Like it's
play for the crowd, man.
It's things like that you'll see in the clip. Like I think it just really adds to, outside of what the actual pen and paper stuff, outside of even the way you deliver it, outside of body language and things like that, it's subtle things like,
Yeah, it's performing, because otherwise it's negative space. Like you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
So like you've got to be reactive to something. So how is what reaction are you gonna give? Like I think the rappers just look salty when like I don't know. You give props where props are due, but at the same time you've also got to let them know he's not winning, man.
Yeah, it's something else you sort of make to your advantage in a situation where you kind of have to be neutral, because it's also corny if you do things that are over the top or distract or start talking between your opponent's round. There's only so much that you can do that is actually going to go in your favour whilst your opponent is rapping for you to gain sort of plus points, and it's a real skill.
Talking through the round is not the one.
Yeah, exactly.
That's definitely not
exactly.
The one. Yeah, that's the worst thing I think a rapper can do.
Yeah,
is talk about it. You just let them. He's got to you. He's definitely got to you. But it's just not, because it's that same thing. It's the persona, the thing that you crafting. It's not just in the bars. It's like, to be honest, I say that like I'm a lazy, slow guy in real life. It's not really a pretense that I'm putting up there. I'm just I'm unaffected by lots of things.
Yeah.
You just take them on the chin and take things as they come. So yeah, it's the same attitude just in life in general. So it just makes sense. It makes sense. Don't give yourself away. But while you were saying that, I thought of another bar that someone said against me that sticks out in the mind, and it's the legend goes, "You spit 3 rounds, you don't lose. If I spit 1 round, you won't move."
Yeah. You like that?
Whoo! He shook the room, man. Whoo! That was fucking fire.
Yeah. One you didn't forget.
Whoo, man.
Is that one that you kind of, I guess you couldn't say it that way yourself because it's about you, but you kind of could flip that? Is that one, do you hear things and think, shit, I wish I thought of that? I wish I did that.
That's like,
because it's so simple.
It's perfect. Well. It's just perfection.
Yeah.
It's just perfection.
Yeah.
It's really, it's simple. It's a really small number of words. It's the exact same rhyme pattern, and it's just like, I hold that. I hold that. And it's the start of his rhyme, man. That day was like, okay.
Was that soul as well?
That was Shocks.
Okay, that was Shocks. Okay.
That was Shocks, man.
Oh, shit.
Let's go, bro. So the legend goes, if you spit 3 rounds, you don't lose. Fam, if I spit 1, you won't move. Go!
That was a tough battle. That was a real fight. And again, someone else who's just so aggressive and such high energy and
Shocks
just
fire.
Yeah.
Yo, man, like the shit he says, like his word association, and it's not just for the sake of it. It will have the punch at the end. Do you know what I mean? That just ties it all together in a little bow. Like, it's disgusting what he does.
Different levels of wordplay.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy with it. That was a good battle. Yeah, that's what. Like, I got some classics under my belt, man.
See, those are the sort of things you need to watch back to see those sort of things, especially when you appreciate the other rapper, like when you can really sit down and not only look at your performance, but look at the battle as a whole after all that time has passed and sort of. Yeah, no, that would be good. You should do that.
Yeah,
you should definitely do that. One of the things that I think you do really well is when you sort of imitate your opponent, or not imitate, but where you take, where you sort of take their style and you do it, and you sort of, try. Obviously, you're trying to do it better than they do because that's what you're there for. Like, I think that's something you do really effective. You've done it in that first round against Chris Lees.
Instead, I've gone from shotty horror to capgun comedy. Hey! No comedy. How the fuck could his dad flow dethrone me? How? When we done know his whole steez, just mum jokes and moties. He'll unload the whole schema, that slut's broken lonely. Pug nose and no tea, her lungs don't just hold weed. She puff coke and smoke beef, subs blow for toasties. Rum coke and ghost cheese, nuts, bowls and roast beef. Thirst opens only, her bumhole gets pokey till it's come so demody. Change tactics, mate, that shit, it don't come close to Tony. This is rap battle. You better bring them bars out. Alright. It's not whose mum joke can make a large crowd laugh loud. See, this is the cool kid in school versus the class clown. Intelligent speech versus smart mouth. This white girl getting broke down, bagged up and moved like a half ounce.
But as I was watching it, it made me think of that, I think it's against Templar on Gift of the Gab, where he spits the deodorant scheme, and then later your part of your, imitating his style is to do...
No, I did the style first, and
you
then
did it first, and then he did it afterwards.
Yeah, then he literally had the deodorant bar in his
afterwards.
thing.
He had a couple. It was one of those that's just so perfect, because obviously you didn't predict that, you didn't know his... And, you're taking his style, but you've actually literally used something so random. It's not a current event bar, it's not topical, it's deodorant.
Yeah, it's an object.
Yeah.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
We go, get me. I said, you said, I said, Tony. Lately, you've been spitting some lame shit. So it's time I got some of that fame stripped. Fuck it. You get your cap twist. When I aerosol out like a sprayed lynch, your flow's crack, T. So you die behind bars, cause I got tones stats slicker than Max B. Hey, Tone, bring it. How he construct his bar. This the pits. I'll have you sweat from your underarms. I sure came with links that spray cans. They'll have you underarms. You'll get rolled on if you ain't got the right guard. My knife sharp. Leave you wet, shirt stained, but not your underarms. Yo, see, I sculpt you close to exposure. Like, for instance, sometimes your punchlines don't rhyme where they're supposed to. You don't know how to sequence bars. Your themes are sparse. Am I being harsh? No, because we don't know where the shitty word association ends and the scheming starts. But T's advanced. And the major difference is, you still training in this shit. Me, fam, I teach the class. See, I've been clocking your act. It's obvious when you rap. This style's cold turkey. Cause I wouldn't be in this condition if it wasn't for smack. See, you play the role. See, you play the part. But it's not so slick though. Cause I read your script and the plot holds this, bro. You think they react cause you drop those sick flows? No. It's cause your performance hold them captive. And they develop Stockholm syndrome.
That's one of those times where sort of things line up for you. That's just, you can't plan for that. It just, but that's, I think that's something that you really do so well, where you just, I think there must be you analyse your opponents so simply, sort of down to, you know, they're cool. You sort of strip it down to just a couple of things and really play on those things, turn it against them, and it then affects all of their material because you've just exposed it. You've just told us exactly. You've laid bare what it is.
Yeah.
And now they've got to go and do that thing that they do that you've just told us is crap.
Yeah, it's like you look at somebody, what someone considers to be a strength, and try to turn it against them. Like just whatever they're supposed to be good at. Yeah, like just no matter how you do it, but take that thing that's supposed to be a strength and just mock it, turn it into a weakness. And like, I know how to rap. I've been rapping for a long time. So it's not difficult to see. I did the same thing against Raptor with his style and broke down the and O, something. But it's like, yeah, that's, all right, you rap like this. Okay, so you can replicate it. Because I know where the words are supposed to go. So, yeah, it just takes away, like, okay, so now we know I can do what you can do. Can you do what I can do? Yeah, it's just one of those, it's just like tactics. Just
and that's a real essence thing as well, because it's like, we're here to say, I can do what you can do better. Or you can't do what we can do as well as I can do it. So it's a real effective one when you pull it off. It really does affect the rest of their material because you kind of in the back of your mind got, well, he's just...
That's what it's designed to do, hopefully. Like, that's what the tactic's about. You know what I mean?
You do it well. There's in that same first round against Chrisley's, I really like this. You've got, well, you're in serious trouble because them answers are Are you going to remember this? Because I'm going to butcher it. Yeah, you've got
serious, a sad state of affairs. Yeah, I don't know.
If you pardon the expression, they've got a nerve gassing you up.
Sheesh.
Where's Obama's intervention?
Now, when you was asking him the question, who told you could beat me? Your partner and your brethren. Were you in serious trouble because them masters of deception? It's a sad state of affairs, if you pardon the expression. They got a nerve gassing you up. Where's Obama's intervention?
Wait, what the fuck did you just say? What the fuck did you just say?
I said, serious trouble, a sad state, nerve gas, Obama's intervention. What I'm basically saying, you need an army to protect him. This ain't sparring, it's in session. This is warring that's commencing.
Yeah, because the wordplay was a sad state.
Yeah.
Serious. Yeah.
Trouble.
I have a vague recollection.
Trouble, yeah, if you pardon the expression, they've got a nerve gassing you up. Where's Obama's intervention?
That's a blast,
yeah, and it was, very time relevant at the time. Although actually, it's not that irrelevant still right now. But
Imagine.
That's
a tiny
nice
little
piece
bar,
of
man.
writing.
Sometimes I'm nice with this shit.
He's alright, isn't he?
Sometimes he's alright, man. He's not bad, that Tony fella. He's alright.
You've got in your second round the rebuttal. I like your rebuttals. You do them frequently, and I think they're normally, sometimes they don't hit, but that's like everyone. I'm not saying they don't. I can't sit here and say it's bad, I'm going to edit that bit out.
No,
your
sometimes
rebuttals
they
don't
don't
hit.
hit.
Sometimes, but I think most of the time they're really simple and effective. But I think, mate, I don't know. Do you take the things that kind of get to you, or is it like what makes you this? All right, let me get a sentence out. I'm useless at this sort of stuff. So you rebuttal. He's got an angle in his second about you being half white and not embracing your white half.
Your ethnicity's more confusing than Michael Jackson in his prime. You're happy to act as if you're blacker than the night. Not everybody knows that you have a different side, but really you're mixed race because of your daddy and his wife.
You're related to the slaves and the masters both combined. You keep your light apart disguised in the shadows that you hide. You've spent half your life embarrassed because you're light. You're like Skylar leaving Walt. You're not happy being white.
And then you turn around and say, where's my note gone? You see that last round, it was a right laugh. I am mixed race, but I'll leave that nigger shit at home and beat you with my white half.
Alright, let's go. You see that last round? It was the right laugh. I am mixed race. I'll leave that nigga shit at home and still beat you with my white half.
Nice rebuttal. I don't do it the justice that you do. But was that like when you sort of choose, how do you choose what to rebuttal? Was that sort of because it was like, what makes you,
I guess just like, I can rebuttal that.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty much, there'll be something that someone says that in your mind you
so it's sort of an instant thing, and if something instantly comes, that's what...
Yeah, and you go with that, like...
Sometimes they say something and you think that's so inaccurate, or that's so fucked up, or that's so shit, or that's so something that I have to rebuttal that. Do you sometimes choose?
Nah, it's literally, if the thought occurs to me after I hear what they've said, then I'll, okay.
It's just a very spontaneous, instant thing.
Yeah, like...
Okay.
I think the two best rebuttals I had was, one was against definition, where I said something about, you was in fancy dress but instant fell because you was more Adam West than Christian Bell. Because he dressed up as Batman. So that was, I think that was tidy. And the one against Respect BA, something about Celtics and arrange us. You had to sell ticks to arrange us a religious experience, to do like the Catholics and the Protestants. Like, and there was a point where I was rapping that, and I was thinking, all right, I didn't think this through cleanly enough, and I need to be careful what I'm saying here, because this is a really delicate subject.
How far am I going to go with this?
Like, there was literally a point where I thought, okay, wait, I didn't think about this properly, hold on. And I had to like alter it, like as I was thinking, it was crazy.
Take some of the sting out of it.
You said some shit.
He dead.
Like they came to see you. That's serious. I mean, this Edinburgh. I know the Catholics versus the Protestants. That war there, I'm fearing it. Yes. But they came to see you and the God. So you had to sell ticks to arrange just a religious experience.
Like where are you going with this, Tone? Hold on. But yeah, that was a wild one. But yeah, like it's just if something it sparks that thought process. All right, if I can remember that by the time we start this next round, then I'll kick off with that.
Okay. So in your third, you've got this really cool little bit which reminded me of your first Don't Flop battle against Mickey Worthless.
Shout out Mickey.
Shout out Mickey. You've got this bit in there which kind of is very similar to what you've done or what you did a few years later against Chris Lees in this title match, and it kind of showed, I don't know, to me it was a clear elevation, and I don't know if it was in battling, just that experience. But so in a Mickey Worthless battle, you say to him, you're basically saying, before you beat me, all of these things have to happen. And you say to him, before that happens, Bin Laden will shave his face clean. Nick Griffin will turn... Listen, I can't talk, man. I can't read. You see, whenever I start to read from something, I choke, man. I just can't do it. I'm a talker, I'm not a reader. Or reader out louder. I need more practice. I'm not a good reader out louder. Before that happens, Bin Laden will shave his face clean, Nick Griffin will turn Muslim, and the Pope will DJ on the rave scene.
We are not a match, and that sounds a bit harsh, but I'm Champions League and you're a kickabout in the park. You must have thought I fell off, or just that skills for an instant, because this is nicking fruit pastels from an infant. It's candy from a baby, so this pansy couldn't take me with 3 verses, 2 guns, and if your plan B was the 18. Before that happens, Bin Laden will shave his face clean, Nick Griffin will turn Muslim, the Pope will DJ on the rave scene.
And then, okay, so you weren't impressed by that at all. I said that.
Did I say that?
Yeah. So you said that in 2011 against Mickey Worthless, but then in your third against Chris Lees, you've got a very sort of similar thing where you're saying to him before, you know, you beat me, all of these things have to happen. So you say to him, crime will cease in any inner city street. There'll be no rapes, no robberies, no body bag that stick to squeeze. Jews and Muslims in the Middle East will fix the beef, then mingle with Hindus and mix with Sikhs. Catholics and Christian priests, sick to eat piff or cheese, denounce God, commit to peace before Chrissy Lees ever gets a fucking win from me.
Yeah. That's alright, mate.
That's
alright.
You compete with me lyrically. Please, is you kidding me? If I ever get that work, it's cause Atos don't believe disability. Don't flop, got they star on top like a Christmas tree, and your presence is beneath me like a gift received. I swear down, crime will cease in any inner city street. There'll be no rapes, no robberies, nobody grab that stick to squeeze. Jews and Muslims in the Middle East will fix the beef, then mingle with Hindus and mix with Sikhs, Catholics and Christian priests, sit to eat, piff or cheese, denounce God, commit to peace, before Chrissy Lees ever gets a fucking win from me.
I kind of did the same thing, so you weren't impressed too much by...
Yeah, that's alright.
That was really nice.
Yeah.
I read it out well. You delivered it much better. You know, the bars never sound great coming out of my mouth, but...
No, that's alright, yeah. But again, it's just the rhyme pattern. And, like, so it makes it sound... It's gonna sound that way. I don't know what it is. You hit that certain amount of syllables, like that. The pattern is Chrissy Lees win from me. So it's it is the vowel sound, and it just continues.
Okay, yeah. Crime will cease in any inner city street. There'll be no rapes, no robberies, no body bag that stick to squeeze. Jews and Muslims in the Middle East will fix the beef, then mingle with Hindus and mix with Sikhs. Catholics and Christian priests, sick to eat, piff or cheese, denounce God, commit to peace before Chrissy Lees ever gets the fucking win from me. Yeah.
It just sounds nice. That collection of sounds in that way just sound nice.
But like, sort of comparing that to the Mickey Worthlet, before that happens, Bin Laden will shave his face clean, Nick Griffin will turn Muslim, the Pope will DJ on the rave scene. I don't know if it was because Mickey Worthless, you had less time, or if it really was just sort of an elevation in your writing.
Yeah, probably the latter. Probably, because it's the same thing, but it's just honed into a more streamlined and effective thing. Yeah. It's exactly the same thing, but it's just those stepping stones.
Yeah, no,
So you can. That's dope, because you just showed me my own progression.
Yeah.
I really should watch these joints.
Yeah, no, you should, but it really stuck out to me. Because like you say, you're doing the same thing. You're saying, before you beat me, some crazy stuff has got to happen.
This stuff will happen.
And the first one, it was alright. It was cool. But then when I heard the Chris, I thought, that's the same thing you've done with Mickey, but levels, like,
you really
just
like
levels.
Paying attention, man.
I try, I try. I do like I come for the bars. So when people do something clever with words, or I try and pay attention, and then if something, hold on, you did that before, but this is so much better. I like to think that I would notice, and try to have something to talk about. But that little thing I thought was that was nice. I noticed that.
It's interesting to as far as feedback and just hearing it. Yeah, it's mad. Okay, yeah, there is a definite progression, a line you can trace.
And I think you would, if you sat down and watched your battles, it's all well and good me sitting down and seeing that. The amount that you would sort of see, and maybe just for shits and giggles to take from, oh wow, look at what I did there, and look how I did that same thing, and or I totally stopped doing that thing that was rubbish, or it would be good for you to sort of see that. It probably would. Yeah,
it's definitely a thing for me to.
You need some material for the grandkids. You've got to have. I know you've got a lot, but you need hours worth to really do it justice. To do when years down the line, when you need, you've got to be able to tell them exactly how you went from A to B to C. Sit down and watch them battles.
Yeah, and watch the progression. Yeah, it's mad, man. I didn't even think of it like that, to be honest. God, it's like growing, innit? You get older, but you don't notice the change in you on a daily basis.
Yeah.
If someone ain't seen you for 10 years, they look at you different.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just, I guess, just the natural progression. Because I battled a lot when I first started. I did in 2011, I might have had, 8, 9 battles.
Yeah.
I did 6. I did 3 in 6 weeks.
That's insane.
Battled Truth, Eyes, and Token. Just
back to back to back.
Back to back, 2 weeks break in between.
Gosh.
Yeah, I did a lot of it was the most fun, man. It was just it was so much fun.
I guess at the beginning you're hungry and you're motivated, and it's all exciting and you, and if you can, it's not like you're going and having bad performances. It's sort of I can really do.
And this was before even Don't Flop really went 2012 is when Battle Rappers went boom, and exploded. Between 2012 and 2015, I think shit peaked globally. It's moving off in different directions now. People still doing their thing, but that time there, it was different. But so all those battles, 2011 was just under the radar. People wasn't really even switched onto battle rap then.
Yeah.
But I just loved it. I loved it. That sitting down, writing again, challenging yourself, as well as that person that you're battling, as well as the viewers, because now, okay, there's people on YouTube that are gonna watch this. But battle might have 3,000 views and stuff. Those times it was getting 9,000 was a lot of views, so it was different. But knowing that there's 9,000 people was watching it,
that's a lot.
Or might watch it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's that same challenge, the same thing that keep you just going on. That the early years was mad fun.
And it must have been sort of very intense training as well, because you don't have the time. Yeah.
I just rapped, you know what I mean? That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. Going up and down the country, we've been everywhere, man. Edinburgh, Manchester, Sheffield, Leeds, Liverpool, Brighton, Bristol, just
all over the country.
Yeah,
literally.
up and down the country, man. Just rapping, fuck, the most fun in the world. Why not?
I guess it would really have to be fun, to really grow the scene, to get it to where that it had to be that you found the fun in it, that you wanted to keep back, going and doing it, that you wanted to, go and travel all around the country, and that's what, enough guys who felt like that, who felt that excitement and that sort of fun in it, took it to where it got.
Most definitely. That little era there, cause the thing is, it changed. Tears started really coming in. By 2012, the end part of 2012, they were establishing okay, there's top, middle, and bottom to this shit here. And then you had niche guys who have big followings, but like you'd never, like Pamphlet, you would never see Pamphlet on a URL stage. But I'm a massive fan of Pamphlet and what he does. Like he set up a whole thing with his like his setups about I'm rapping it darker. He literally set a battle rap trend. If you hear somebody doing that, you can like trace it back to him. Like there was just so many battles, so many venues, just like it was like a proper community. It was just good fun, man. Proper happy days.
And you must have got a lot, because that was only 2 years, I think, or just over 2 years, 2 years and a bit, 2.5, between that Mickey Worthless and Chris Lee's. A lot of opponents in between, I don't know how many, a ton.
That's what I mean, I battled a lot. There's a lot of guys in that space of
but
time.
in terms of time, it's only a couple of years, but the level of work, I guess, you put in, and the elevation, the experience you picked up along the way, really shows. And it's not as though you weren't great when you started. I wonder, is it here? I've got on my notes somewhere to talk about. I'm going to talk about it here. But in that Mickey Worthless battle, I listened to an interview you were doing. I think it was an interview where you talked about, I can't remember who was freestyling. KRS-One was involved, and he talked about, I think it was KRS-One talking about whoever it was that was some other rapper freestyling, and he talks about, look at how he touches his hand, look at those things.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was. But then I watched the Mickey, that was just sort of random, heard that, took that in, whatever it was saved in the memory bank. And then I watched that first Don't Flop battle, the Mickey Worthless battle. Do you know what I'm going to say? Yeah, sorry. And it made me think of that. Was that a conscious thing that you sort of, again, experienced? It was the first one.
Yeah,
so I'm not...
Otherwise, you're just going to stand there and say, I rap better than you because... And like put something into it, pace, step around, do stuff.
Yeah.
Move your hands
it wasn't just the hat
around,
thing. I'm bringing up the hat thing, but it wasn't just the hat thing. The hat thing was just the most obvious.
The hat,
but your body movement, your commanding of the stage.
Like
you could see you were trying to do that in that battle.
Make it a spectacle. Because it's a whole thing. Have fun, man.
Yeah.
Have fun. It does come like a nervous tick though if I'm wearing the hat. It's crazy.
Well, I think that first battle, I don't know if you watched that one back or if the comments at the time, I don't know, but I think you never did any, there was never a battle where you had so much hat touching after that. I think you toned it down. See what I did there?
Yeah, I see what you did there.
But, there was a lot but I guess nervous tick. We don't get nervous. Wouldn't have been a nervous tick.
Yeah, I don't
but just a thing.
Yeah, it's just something to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, but I guess it becomes overly. If it's part of a routine where and it's just each time is an adjustment. If you're just watching that, your eyes can get focused and taken away from it. But again, it just means that I'm doing something. Something is drawing your attention. But I don't know.
I mean, something you definitely honed. Like I say, it was the first one, and I never saw so much hat touching. But it was the start. Obviously, the first one, but so much performance in that, and I think that is something that I think we were talking about when you mentioned how much preparation goes into it. That was
hours. An actual long prep for that one day.
For the Mickey Worthless one.
Yeah, for Mickey. Because I'd been no-showed 3 times prior to that.
I think you told me about that. You were supposed to have your debut the year before.
In 2010. So they scheduled me and Mickey. And I was like, okay, boom. So I was excited to do it. You know what I mean? So I scribbled that one and I rehearsed that. I rehearsed the shit out of that. Then after that first battle, I had to go to sleep.
I don't even need to do all that anymore.
Do you know what it was? I think me and Adam the rapper, I'm pretty sure that was the battle. It was like on a week's notice or something like that. But I wrote in a really short space of time, and then from I realised I could do it.
Okay.
I was like,
license.
Okay,
to
see
do
that?
it.
So you can do that and that. All right. And yeah,
what did I do all of that work for?
An awful blueprint, like a terrible.
Damn.
But again, it's my personality. Like
it works.
Lackadaisical about most things, you know. So it's like what's the worst that can happen? But yeah, it is still those days, like them early from 2011 going on into like 2013 and Chris Lee's. Like by then, so look at the transition in battle in itself. There's now titles.
Sure, yeah.
You know?
Even if you look at the setting, the Mickey Worthless setting, and
we in Fiddler's Elbow in Thingy,
yeah.
there's 60 people in there or whatnot, into a Leeds Uni with 1,000 people in the building. Like, yeah, the whole that period, the growth in 2012 was like insane, from like the cannabis battle, Lunacy. Arsenal and Shotty, Mark Griston, Blizzard. Like there was just viral battles that had just popped off, and things that had just caught the attention of the outside public in a way that it hadn't before, man. YouTube was like a good avenue for it.
It must have been such an exciting time.
It was crazy. Like it was, like fun. I've made friendships. Like I've been there. It's been like almost 10 years. And I've made solid friendships, people that I know I will continue to be friends with for the foreseeable future. So it's been, it was a great ride, man. Like I had a great time. There was good people. And yeah, we set a blueprint, we set a precedent. Everything now follows that thing, you know. But yeah, so like, titles, Chris Lee's, it's already evolved to that stage. It's got to that level, and we still showing off, you know.
Some things won't change.
Some things never change. Yeah, we still showing off.
Ashley Ann's made a slap on baby.
Tony D, Uncle
This
Tony
is
in the
another
building.
Kiss My Beats production.
But we outside, man. Read between the bars. Q-Man, Polo. Listen, it's that UK thing, you heard it? Look, yo, told you before, we ain't just in the building, we outside, battle rap.
This is another Kiss My Beats production.
Oh, you hear that? Alright. Listen, yo, look, I'm right here, 5'7", extra off in my Nike. Raps living, breathing, real life nightmare. Let's get it quite clear, straight up in this rap game, blood, my name buzz like, yeah, look, I'm the talk of the town. Yeah, it's me, the guy that we're walking around and they're talking about. From the east, west, north to the south, I'm a breath of fresh air. I'm the water that fall in the dry. I'm what the world's been waiting for. I'm what your baby mother and your sister and your girl's been waiting for. Maybe saw the face or heard the name before. It's Tony D, I'm a poisonous poet. Say no more, cause you must know the protocol. A damn van, do the manhandle, a mic like Buster in Tokyo. Assorting sentences with assorted sentences. Magic words like the man that served the sorcerer's apprenticeship. Applaud the author's penmanship and jump on the bandwagon. Come on, you can all get a membership. I get it banging like November 5th, and I was born with it. So you should blame your parents if you're less equipped. Wherever blood, dust, don't hate me. Cause my notes on the rise like dough raise me. I raise dough till my dough raise me. I flow crazy. That weak shit you dealing with it so ain't me. I'm the future, blood ahead of time. Before it's a Pentium processed and your brain's a 16-bit Mega Drive. 16s I spit forever live. Damage a challenger, probably be better if you never try. So jog on, get alive, get a job, get a wife. Hair on in you in the rap game, sever ties. You better write a different story. Cause going against me, boy, you coming up short like midget orgies. But you think I stop there, bruv? Oh no, I keep it going just for Q-Man and Polo. Just to let you know, you chillin' with the stars and we live and direct with it, read between the bars, blow. Yo. Alright, Uncle Toe, man, you know how we do this. Read between the bars, Polo, Q-Man, we get it in, bruh. Battle rap all day, man.